Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hello, lovelies. Happy FriYay. It's time for our Q&A. Who's excited about this? I know I am. We had some really good questions today. Super excited about it. Cheers. Pinkies up to you, Yvonne. Good to see you. Ooh. You know what that is, right? Hot melt mix for the win? You know it. Hey, Denise. Good to see you. Here come the others. Yay, all of our ladies marching on in. Hello, Anna. Hello. I don't have my romper room thingy. Jackie's here. Happy Q&A to you. Hi, Catherine. I've got my heating pad. I'm freezing this morning. Good afternoon. What do we have here? Who else was that? Susan's in the house. Juanita's here. And so is my girl, Sarah. She's excited. What do you say that you're excited about? Hi, Lizzie. She said she's excited. Can you tell? Oh, pre-Black. Hey, our Black Friday sale just started today. And I'm telling you what, we're stocked to the gills right now. So order your stuff, get yourself stocked up. You know what our whole idea is? You could get yourself stocked up for a year with art and with the crazy discounts we have. Come on, it's ridiculous. So I'm pretty excited about that. We are jumping the broom, shall we say, on all of this stuff. We're getting ready to go, so you got to check it out. We have a link for that. Go to savingdinner.com/FriYay. Friday, not FriYay, but Friday. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Thanks so much for stopping on by. We are busy. We have all kinds of goodies going on, as you know. We keep it going. And Jenny and I were hopped on a call today, and we were talking about all the things that we have going on and toward the end of the year. Your vision board dreams are coming true, by the way. Vision board dreams are coming true. That is all being scheduled. We will give you announcements as it's appropriate. Right now, Thanksgiving is we are looking at our Thanksgiving in less than a week here. One thing that we did put together, and I will give my daughter Caroline so much credit for this. She came up with the menu, she came up with the idea, and she made some beautiful photos, some beautiful recipes. And it's just understanding that, you know, for some people, really what we need to do is skip the turkey and have a chicken. Just do a whole roast chicken, make it easy. We have a whole lovely Thanksgiving meal using a chicken, keeping it small, and it's included in the Thanksgiving menu. So go to savingdinner.com/thanks, even if you've already done it, because we just added those menus in this morning. And wait till you see the pictures, and wait till you see all the things. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And not only that, it just makes so much sense, doesn't it? You know? I'm just crazy enough to do a whole turkey for 15-pound turkey for 2 people, but not everybody is. Not everybody wants to. So whatever you need, it's in those Thanksgiving menus, and we are happy to share them with you, of course, free of charge. And we also ask you, hey, you know, if you found this valuable, share this link, savingdinner.com/thanks. Let's help others get their Thanksgiving together. I'm sure there's a few people right now who are a little overwhelmed, don't know what to do. You could help them out, okay? And you're helping us out too. You're bringing more people into our fold. We love that. What else do I have to tell you? Well, first of all, our Friday, our Black Friday stuff is just popping right now. And I did originally say, you know, when it's gone, you know, don't, you know, sorry, but we're actually going to be putting in another order, and we'll get it on Monday. We're asking for a rush because things are flying. If you want to be a part of this and you want to get your supplements basically for the year up to 50% off, you're going to want to see this. Go to savingdinner.com/Friday. We don't do this except right now. Grab it. We've never done this before, so go grab it and take a look, and be wise. That's how you leverage your dollar. That's how I do it. We still have our supplement of the week, however. You just want to go plain and easy. Sleep Ease is it. Buy 3, you can get the 4th one free. We will put it in your cart, and if you put ships free, it will ship free as well. Can you believe Caroline's recipes or photos? I mean, I take pictures. She tells me, take pictures, because she does some of our social media. She said, just take pictures of what you cook, Mom. And then I send her the pictures, and she says, oh. I don't blame her, because I don't know how to do all of that. She has skills. I do not have the skills. But anyway, it is phenomenal that the things that she can do. She has an absolute eye. She's really talented too at doing. I taught her how to write a recipe. I'll take that much credit. And she knows what she's about. She knows what she's doing. She's got the special thing, that it stuff. Anyway, you can find this at savingdinner.com/show. That's where we always put our supplements. And don't forget, free shipping is going to get you free shipping on the supplement of the week. Next week, there is no supplement of the week. This goes away. I sure will, Jane. Thank you. That's so sweet. She'll appreciate hearing that. We have none, because we are focused on the Black Friday sale. I want everybody who takes supplements to go see what we have. Because if you can save 50%, then you are going to make such a dent in your supplement budget. It's unbelievable. So I'm very proud of this sale. I'm happy that we could do it. There was a lot of number crunching going on, but we did it. We bought enough so that it made sense. And you should see the warehouse. It is bursting at the seams. So help us unload some of this, would you? Go get your orders in and get going on all of this, because you can be, and all of this stuff is freshly made for us. This is not stuff that's just sitting down there. When we place an order, they're stuffing capsules. So understand, you have fresh stuff. It's not just something that somebody's slapping a label on. This is done for us. It's proprietary stuff. And when it's done for us and you get it, you've got something that's really fresh. It's going to last two years sitting on your shelf. So you can really stock up. Really take good advantage of this, and our supplements are just works of art, I believe. And we get testimonials all the time saying how effective they are, because they are. So take a look at that. You're not going to want to miss it. Hello. Good, Lizzie. I know you are, Lizzie. I watch you. It is an early Christmas present. These are things that I like myself. Stuff like this comes along, bam, I'm in there. I'm the first one there. I've got my credit card out and I'm just saying all the things. Let's just do this. This is how you get it. So questions for this today, I'm going to ask they came in this week. But if you want a question answered next week, send it in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday, and we will get it next Friday. Right, today we have, how many do we have? We've got 5 questions, so it's going to be fun. Great. Are you ready? Oh, Anna, just, we'll take care of you. Just write in an email to support@savingdinner.com. Don't worry. We got your back, honey. We're not gonna, nobody falls through the cracks at Saving Dinner. You know that. That is our mission. That's our goal. We want everybody feeling included. That's how we roll. This week has been such a good week on talking about all the things. I don't know if, for me, everything that I talk about are things that I need to talk about for myself. These are things that I need to underscore, things that I need to get on, and things where I find myself falling in the gap. That gap, we're always building a bridge to, always. That's part of our journey. And it's also, it's part of the work, but it's part of the integrity of who you are. Because as we build these things, as we sweat it out building this bridge, I find that we also become better versions of ourselves along the way. It's not just a one-way street, it's all the things. And that's why this show is called The Daily Dish, putting vibrancy back into your everyday life, heart, mind, body, and soul, because we believe in the entire whole woman. We don't think you should segment yourself, oh, it's this and it's that, it's all the things. When we get into all the things, we start to become all that we want to be. I like that a lot. I don't know about you, but I've seen this happen in my own life. So should we pull some questions out of our hat and see what we can get going here? How about that? We got some really good questions, by the way. And our first question comes from Denise. She says, do you know anything that will help with seasonal congestion? I get pressure so bad behind my ears, which cause a lot of pain. If I take anything to get it to drain, then I'm having fits with my eyes and nose. Are there any supplements or foods that will help with this? Okay, yeah, a couple of things. First of all, Denise, high recommendation is that you stay with an anti-inflammatory diet. That's really going to help a lot. Dairy is going to exacerbate it, make it worse. Same will grains. So you make sure that you're just a massively cleaned up diet. I also like a little apple cider vinegar before meals because that helps to thin mucus as well. So that will really help. But let's just take a look at what seasonal allergies are in the first place. Well, we get, a little pollen or something in us and our bodies overreact. That's what it is. It's our immune system going absolutely bonkers. When our immune system goes bonkers and doesn't handle it correctly, that's when everything goes on to overdrive, and that's when we're just really battling this stuff out. So what we need to do is also tamp down our overreactive immune system. That's going to really help, believe it or not. And a couple of other things that we need to do. Well, I told you about the anti-inflammatory diet, but also local honey, believe it or not. Now, there is not a whole lot of science, but a lot of anecdotal evidence that shows how local honey helps. Local honey acts very much like a vaccine in that all the local stuff that's around you that is causing issues is now going to be given to you in a smaller dose in that honey, and it makes such a difference. This is how I found that I could live in Charlotte, North Carolina when we first moved to Charlotte in the 90s. The seasonal allergies came. I had never experienced them before. I thought I was dying. The sinus pressure, and I ended up with a sinus infection and just sick. Well, once I found some local honey at a farmer's market, everything changed, and the whole thing became less and less. But I would also add to that, besides the local honey, I would also add things that are going to support the immune system. You need absolutely 100% vitamin D. We have this body clutter. This is our Wise Women's vitamin D. Really important. This vitamin D is what massively up levels your immune system, and it helps it to fight, and it helps us to go out there and do the things that it needs to do. Also, you need vitamin C. Oh, I thought I had some vitamin C here. I do, right here. There it is. Vitamin C. This is basically called nature's antihistamine because that's what all those chemical things are that people take are they're just antihistamines, and they help because they help to drain things, but they also dry you out. They make your ears ring. They have a lot of contraindications and side effects, unfortunately. Makes you feel better for a moment, but then the rest of the time, then you're just dry as a bone. Your throat is dry, your saliva doesn't come as well, and you can tell the difference. Well, vitamin C is to the rescue, and then you add to that the quercetin, which is the bioflavonoid of the vitamin C, and that just kind of puts the whole thing on steroids. That is just amazing and super helpful. The other thing would be selenium, because selenium is so helpful as well, boosting up your immune system. And I would add as well your proactive probiotic, and be to eating probiotic foods. The reason why is because when we have this overactive immune system, and when we're going through all of this stuff, our gut flora actually changes. We're swallowing a lot of mucus, we're feeling like crap, all of this is going on. Our gut flora can change, and it could tilt toward the bad guys. So putting it back in order is super important. I would add a probiotic. I would take that at night before I went to bed. I'd have some of that honey as I went, during the day. Put it a little bit in your tea. You only need like a teaspoon a day. That's it. And it will make all the difference. Really important. Don't go buying honey at the supermarket. Go to a beekeeper, go to a farmer's market, and question them. You don't want cleaned up honey. You want the stuff with all the crud in it. That's what you need. That's all the stuff you need. And when you do that, I mean, it's whoa, 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 what a difference. You're not even going to believe how much better you feel. Take the vitamin C, the selenium, all the vitamin D's, all that stuff. Take that with your first meal of the day. Bee pollen works as well too, but I prefer honey because honey has all the things. Bee pollen, it depends on how it's made, it depends on where it's from. And also what we're looking for is the local honey. Local honey is the thing that we need. We has to be local, preferably like within 5 miles of where you're living. That's where it gets, that's where you're going to get all the goods. So unless that pollen is from, the local area, what we're targeting is what is causing the seasonal allergy. Is it oak, the oak blossoms coming out on the trees? Is it pine pollen? What is it? Well, it doesn't matter, because if you're taking in local honey, it's going to have all the things in it. And one of those things is going to really help you. And I say, hand to God, I've done it myself. It was an amazing thing. Amazing. But do put in that probiotic. Do put in the vitamin D, the quercetin, the vitamin C, and make sure that you've got all of your immune system dialed. And that's going to make a difference. It's also going to calm your immune system. We want our immune systems to go berserk when something is really awful out there. We want that for a virus. We want that for, for viruses and bacteria and everything. We don't want it for something like this. We don't want our immune system to go berserk on that kind of stuff. It needs to act appropriately, like, oh, here's some pollen, let's deal with it. Out you go. Not, oh my gosh, the world is ending and we gotta, handle it. That's what happens when you get really sensitive to seasonal allergies, and all of this stuff is really going to make a big, 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 big difference. I'm a believer. Done it. When we first moved to Charlotte, I told you I just the infection and everything, and you could hardly see my eyes. I looked like I'd been crying all day long. I was really hit hard with it. And I didn't matter. At the time, I believe Claritin was a prescription, and I had that, but it just knocked me out all day. It didn't do the trick. This is from Christy, and she said, hello, Leanne. Thank you for all you do for us. I do not need to lose weight, but I want to eat as healthy as I can possibly eat. Will you give us the nutritional scoop on nuts? Is there a hierarchy of the best nuts and those to limit or avoid altogether? I like pecans, almonds, walnuts, and cashews, all raw and unsalted. Pistachios are great too. Okay, first things first, never eat raw nuts. It seems like a better idea, and it seems like it's going to be really good for you, but it's not. It's high in lectins, which is an anti-nutrient that can cause all kinds of stomach upset. And most nuts, most raw nuts, unless you have them all individually tested, are going to be really high in molds. And some of those molds are going to cause things like digestive issues, and some of them, on the other extreme of them, can cause liver tumors. You heard me right, liver tumors. So we have to understand things that we should eat raw and things that we should eat not raw. Nuts are one of those things, and also I would add mushrooms to that. Mushrooms are should never be eaten raw either, because they have their own toxins in them and very difficult to digest fiber that can cause issues with digestion. Always cook your mushrooms, always. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't care if they put them out on a salad bar. Skip them. Eat them cooked. Number one. Nuts, you want to slow roast. And slow roasting would be to soak them overnight to get rid of a lot of the lectins, then let the little waterlogged lovelies lay out on paper towels and kind of dry out a little bit, and then put them in an oven, all laid out on a pan, 175 degrees for 24 hours. Slow and low. Because if you do it high, and you can, that's how we buy them in the store, but you're gonna zap all those omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids that are in there, a lot of the minerals, and we need to treat them gently. So if we treat them gently, we're gonna crisp them up, we're gonna get rid of the rawness of the whole thing, and they're gonna cook beautifully. Now, one time I had somebody who said, well, that didn't work for me, the nuts burned. And this is common, and I'm gonna give you the remedy for that. That is to go and buy a $5 temperature gauge to hang on your oven rack inside, because a lot of times those oven racks those ovens are just so hot You know, it says one thing, but it really doesn't, it's really not the same. We need to calibrate our ovens. And I think in my cooking course, I have a whole section on how to calibrate an oven. Because, you know, probably your oven's off. Most people's are, by the way. Did you know that? Sad. So that's what you need to do, slow and low for that. So you're asking about the nutritional information. Well, you know, as far as a hierarchy, you know, as far as a hierarchy of nutrition, you know, they're all pretty much the same in that, you know, one is going to have more of one thing than the other, but they're all really up there. I would say pistachios, walnuts, almonds, they're all fabulous. And again, when we're talking about nuts, let's remember something, that nuts are like a fruit, and seeds are the beginnings of a plant, right? That's basically how it works. But each one is the germination, if you will, of a new plant. You can plant an almond, you know, a raw almond into the ground and probably get a plant, probably get a little almond tree growing. Sorry about that. You can also do that with, seeds as well. Raw seeds, you can plant them and you'll get something. But in that, the whole point that I'm trying to make on this is seeds and nuts are both very rich. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, magnesium, selenium, some of them, Brazil nuts especially. They're rich in lots of fiber, protein, fat, and fiber, target trifecta, but just a small amount. Super rich. Too many is too many, and we don't need too many. It just then it puts our digestive tract into overdrive, and it's a little hard on the system. Now, they are also high in lectins, and again, buy them raw, soak them, and then slow roast them. That's the best way. And otherwise, buy slow roasted nuts, and you can. I used to buy them at Whole Foods that way, and I think you can buy them on Amazon that way. But if you buy just regular roasted nuts, they're usually roasted at a higher heat, and they're going to destroy a lot of the nutrients there and the good fatty acids that are in there. So that's what I would suggest for that. Make sure that when you're eating the nuts, I count mine out, you know, because I can't be trusted with things like that. And I never eat out of the bag. I have a rule that I never eat out of a bag. The only bag that I ever eat out of is a bag that I have personally counted something out of. So opening up a potato chip bag or a pretzel bag or a nut bag or any kind of bag like that, taking handfuls out, that's super dangerous for people like me who have food addiction problems. We don't do that. We count them out, and we're very deliberate about how many we're eating, you know? And if it's a problem food for, you know, and I'm not talking to you about that, Christy, but for others who do have issues with these kind of foods, it could be a trigger food or it could be something that causes them to fall down, you know, make a decision. If this is something that's for you or against you, you know, don't use it if it's going to end up tripping you up. That's really important. All right, what else do you have? What are the nutritional pros and cons of pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds? I would go with it's the same thing, and especially, you know, sunflower seeds are just a vitamin E bonanza. They're really great. They just, you know, like everything else, they have they've got zinc and selenium in it. They're full of minerals, high in the magnesium, lots of stuff. Again, remember, this is the beginning of life. So it needs all the equipment inside that seed, doesn't it? So that it can create the plant. So they're really nutritional little powerhouses, seeds and nuts. But we have to go easy with them. And the days of eating sunflower seeds, you know, when you were a kid and just I mean, we ate so many sunflower seeds, my lips were permanently puckered from all the salt. You know, we'd eat them all day long and walk around barefoot everywhere. You know, I probably have good microbiome from all of that, but I mean, we would walk to the library barefooted, and they didn't, you know, they're just like, oh, here come these kids barefooted. A couple of miles to the library, eating sunflower seeds, get some books, come back, eat sunflower seeds. That's how we did it in the summer. But you need to make sure that you are not eating raw at all. We don't eat raw seeds, and we don't eat raw nuts. Just don't, because it causes all kinds of digestive issues. Slow and low. Yeah, Catherine says her lips go numb from the salt too. So much fun though. I mean, I look back on that and think that's so great. I remember that was so fun. And then I tried eating sunflower seeds and I was just like, oh, no, no. I buy them shelled, I buy them raw, I roast them myself, and if I use them in a salad. Same with pumpkin seeds, use them in a salad. And by the way, pumpkin seeds are really good for boosting serotonin, which is good, kind of an antidepressive kind of thing. That's one of our feel-good hormones. So, this is good stuff. These are good stuff. We just need to go, itsy bitsy amounts. We don't need a lot. All right, and I count out, for me personally, if I'm gonna eat almonds, I count out 10, just because that's plenty and I don't need any more than that. And if I'm gonna use like almond flour or something like that, I'm careful because again, that's condensed. And that's a lot of stuff there. Yeah, they're both fantastic in salads. And all of them are, they all have their pluses and minuses, but they're all on the same level. And by the way, peanuts are not nuts at all. They're legumes, a whole different thing. And they have a real deadly mold in them between the shell and the nut itself called aflatoxin. It's a known carcinogen. So as much as everybody loves peanut butter, I would steer you to a raw or an almond butter instead. And I would do something with a slow roast again. Back to that whole thing. All right, this is Jackie, and she says, speaking of, I am buying the basic cooking lessons for a grandchild for Christmas. I was thinking of buying utensils also. Jackie, how old is your grandchild? You didn't put that on there, so it's really going to depend on how old the kid is before I make a recommendation. But if you have a child who's like 12 or 13, I would get them adult stuff, and they're taught how to do things, how to do things. But I would also take it to the next level of saying, being there in the room. 10, great age, by the way, and you're such a wise grandma for teaching your grandchild how to cook. This is a life skill for forever, and this is when it can be fun, and this is when they'll really start to enjoy it. So here's what I would do. For a 10-year-old, I would get they're plastic chef knives, and they're pretty decent. You can find them on Amazon. There's a ton of different ones, and they have them in all different sizes, graduated sizes, from really small all the way through. They can't cut themselves with it. Still, they're gonna wanna be supervised a little bit. See how they do with them, and as they go on, then I would graduate them to a real knife, but again, under supervision. And all the safety and all the everything, and I'm pretty thorough on this stuff because I do not want to see anyone get hurt chopping things up. You don't have to. I did years ago when I was first learning how to cook, and I was apprenticing in a kitchen, and I almost cut my finger off when I was prepping salad. I had to go to the emergency room and the whole bit. It's just, it was a big tragedy, but they didn't teach me how to use a knife properly, and I learned much later, and this was after the accident. I still don't have feeling in my left tip of my pointer finger, and you can see it's just like it's real scary looking. It looks like I have a big bubble there. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like I have a blister. I don't. It's just a bad injury. So, keep that in mind as you're going. The other, other kind of little accoutrements I would add were XOX, I think it is, or XOX, I think it is. They do a really good job on all of their utensils and what have you, spatulas and stuff. You can buy a whole bevy of stuff for about $10, $15. And again, find them at Target, or you can find them online. You can buy them at Amazon and put them all together so that they belong just to that child, which is a really neat thing to do. OXO, that's it. XO, I don't know, something like that, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But having their own things is really great, and especially when it's that quality and that inexpensive as well, and they'll be able to take them with them when they go to college or whatever. I did this with my daughter as well, gave her stuff as she went, and when she was a freshman in college, she cooked Thanksgiving dinner for her entire dorm. As a matter of fact, you know how you get your Facebook memories? Well, I got memories, and I was talking about that in Facebook. This is back in 2000, 2008, I think it was, and she was, or 2009, and she was saying, you know, she kept asking me questions and sending me all kinds of questions about it, like, what am I doing? And, you know, of course, calling me like crazy. But, you know, kids will take these skills with them. So it's really, really great. If there's anything else that you need on this, just let me know. If there's anything specific that you're looking for. But that's a brand that I recommend. It's inexpensive and it will last. Also, graduate as they get adept with the plastic knife, which they can't hurt themselves with. They can't take off, you know, fingertips or anything like that, or even give themselves a good manicure. So just all you need to do is just make sure that you are, you know, watching them with it when they get better, then start getting out the real knife, a real chef's knife, and the appropriate size and everything for them. I can help you with that. Just send me a question. All right. Jerry says, I'm doing the Get Strong, Stay Strong challenge every day. My question is, are we supposed to do the 4-minute hit and flights too? No, you don't need to do that. You can just follow the program exactly. What I will say, however, is do add in the 4-minute workout if you're getting sore muscles, because what happens when we get sore muscles, we get nitric oxide all bunched up in there. Well, this dumps it. And it also helps with the muscle development. And that's not doing, necessarily strength training. It's just kind of the relief from doing all the strength training stuff that we're doing. So I think you will like that. Jackie says, I'm more excited now. That's so good. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Yeah, that's going to make a huge difference in how you feel and how your muscles. So anybody who's having any real sore muscles, the lactic acid in it's the nitric oxide, and it also helps to just dump all that stuff. It'll make a difference. Just do the 4-minute workout, and you know, it just takes a second. That's one of the other things that we like about it. This is from Brad Jensen. Hello, Leanne. I'm curious whether you use essential oils in any of your recipes or to support your health. I do not. But I have some essential oils. I do use thieves. I do use lavender. And I have a few others, and I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know what to do with any of them. I'm not real good at this. I do have a friend, Jody Cohen, who is an expert on essential oils. And she has this really great book called Healing with Essential Oils. And you start to go in there and you're just going, whoa, this is like crazy stuff. To me, this is like getting into herbs and all. I mean, it's all about that. And that's not a put down, because I believe in herbs. I believe in all the things, because I think this is, these are the things that God gave us to get well, right? But my expertise is more on supplements and nutrition and food and how that all works together. I look to experts to help me with that. I would recommend Jody's book any day of the week. It's called Healing with Essential Oils by Jody Cohen, Cohen. Jody's lovely, wonderful woman, and knows her stuff. I mean, she's always walking around with some kind of stuff, and she makes her own, does her own stuff. So it's all, and no offense to y'all who are in multi-level marketing, but I like to work with people who have their own stuff and have worked with their own stuff, so I know all about it, right? We also have a company that has essential oils, and they're saying, hey, we have some, you should be doing this, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, this means something else that I need to learn. So we might introduce maybe 1 or 2 things and bring them in, just simply because they're super. What I have been impressed with essential oils is how effective they are. And this is the other thing that I love about essential oils, is that it utilizes your senses. I mean, we really don't, I don't think really understand how sensitive and how important our olfactory system is, and how it plays into everything. And I know this because we have a family member who has COVID right now and is going through it. She's doing pretty well. She hasn't been hit with it, but she has no sense of taste and no smell. And we're hoping that doesn't last. It does with some people, but she's just like, food, so what? Smelling anything or whatever, it's so what? I sent her some tea and she said, it's really good, I think. You know? So, anyway, that's all. But let's learn how, if we want to learn how to use essential oils, I strongly suggest that you know, there's tons of stuff on the internet. There's tons of stuff that to read about, and this book is phenomenal. So I pulled this out on purpose because I remember I started getting into this and I thought, oh no, I can't change directions now. I'm already in this. But I love people who are experts and know about their stuff. Jody is that woman, okay? And if you talk to her, I think well, let me see what her website is. I'm sure she's got a website. Oh, I'm gonna have to train her better than this. I'm gonna tell her, Jody, you need to put your website here on right on your book cover. It's not even there. Healing with essential, nope. Oh, here it is, vibrantblueoils.com. I bet you she's got tons of stuff. Check it out. She's brilliant. Love her. Great woman. That's it. You guys did a great job on getting really good questions in, as usual. You want some answered next week? All you have to do is send them in to support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday, and it will go into the lineup. Do not forget about our big sale. This is it. This is the sale of the year. Up to 50% off on our supplements. All you have to do is go to savingdinner.com/Friday for the whole 9 yards. And we decorated every single page. Jenny did. They're jingle belled out. When do you see them? They're darling. The other thing, what was the other thing that I wanted to say about that? Oh, yeah, and the other thing I want you to know is that the only thing that's a little bit different in there is our Perfect Paleo Protein. Perfect Paleo Protein, it's buy two and you'll get the third one for free. There's a code on there. All of the things are on there. Elizabeth is asking, what do you do for this is L-glutamine. L-glutamine. So L-glutamine is so easy. All you have to do is wet your finger, put it on your finger like this, not much, gums, teeth, tongue. Can't taste it. Knocks cravings right out. I mean, this stuff is just ridiculous. We've got women walking around with little baggies full of it, you know, scary. All it is an amino acid, but it knocks cravings out because it hits cuts it off to the center of the brain, the pleasure center of the brain, and it also helps to heal your gut. So you can't go wrong with this stuff. I take this every single day, and I leave this on my desk every day too, in case I have a craving. I'm human too. That happens. There you go. There you go. That's what we've got for you today. I do appreciate the fact that you show up, that you share this, and I know that you're going to love saving up to 50% in our Friday sale. So go to our Black Friday sale. That's happening right now, by the way. Right now. Go to savingdinner.com/Friday. You'll see all the pages. They're all jingle belled. So that's fabulous. Thank you again for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for Soulful Saturday. Peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.